right, baby. We're having a little dance party. Today, the Colorado State Legislature reviewed a new law which would allow students in that state to use medical marijuana in public schools. Now, currently, students can use edibles at school as long as the district agrees. So far, no district agrees. And they would be administered by a nurse or a parent. So Gaylord Fokker would give you your gummy bears. Our party panel is back. It's Kat Timms, Pete Hegseth, and Sabrina Sheffer. So let's discuss this a little bit. If they're doling out Percocet and Ritalin and NyQuil, I don't know if they're doling out NyQuil, and God knows what else in public schools to children with parental consent, why not medical marijuana?
Look, I actually think, these are some outlier cases, kids with terrible diseases, things like cerebral palsy. I can't imagine that we can't figure out a way to make sure that these kids are comfortable in school. Yeah. That being said, and I am a supporter of legalizing marijuana, but I do think that we need to be a little, clearly, we do need to be a little bit sort of, with freedom comes responsibility.
That's right.
And we have children, and I think having edibles is something that we have to actually talk seriously about, and there are better and worse choices that we can make and that we can make for our children. So I do think it's a real conversation.
Well, no, give the kids the weed. I'm serious. No, I used to have to go to lunch every single day to get my little Ritalin in the first grade because I was very, had some behavior problems. And I would lie and say that I was going to get my allergy medicine because I didn't want anyone to know. Now everyone's going to know. But yeah, if I can get my speed, why can't they get their weed?
No, hey, Kat, that's a great point. But
I'm willing to be the face of this movement. Get the sick kids the weed.
One of these cases, the parents were giving the kid medical marijuana in the form of THC oil for some debilitating seizures.
Yes.
I mean, here's a kid with epilepsy, and we saw that case in New Jersey where the little girl had like 300 seizures a day, and the only thing that helped her was a very specific kind of THC oil. You can't do the kind of research required to boil these things down to their most useful parts. So unfortunately, it's still a pretty clumsy business. Are you opposed to sick kids getting well, Pete?
I'm officially opposed to sick kids getting well. Of course, there's examples where this is going to be useful, but at the end, I just feel like what could go wrong? More drugs in schools is exactly.
So you're pro-seizuring children. You want them to seizure. Great. That's a great. That's a
what about
great
kids
way.
with ADD? What about if you have a senior in high school who's got a hamstring tear and has to take 2 Vicodin a day?
No, I think that's fair. I'm not violently anti this. I think there's a way you could administer it, but
the same way you administer any other drug.
But that's what they're saying. Like, it has to be administered by a parent or a nurse.
They're not just going to have like kids walking around with backpacks full of gummy bears handing them out. There's a difference.
They already do.
They do that on their own time.
Yeah, exactly.
Change that at all.
The black market is where that kind of illegal, horrible behavior proliferates. All right, well, researchers at Knox College in Illinois have identified the traits, jobs, and hobbies that make people creepy. You ready for it? Yeah. If you're watching the show, you may already be creepy. Love it. The top creepy professions: clowns, taxidermists, sex shop owners, funeral directors, and taxi drivers. Should I finally get rid of that stuffed clown that I killed years ago? I do have the body of a clown in my freezer. So, Kat, clowns, taxidermists, and taxi drivers.
See, well, you've called me creepy twice, like in between the show breaks. But here's the thing: I was once romantically involved with a clown.
Sure.
He wasn't dressed. He was not dressed as a clown.
Were you over age 18?
He was not dressed as a clown. Yes, I was over the age of 18. Okay. It was actually only a few years ago. But he was in clown college. I think taxidermy is really cool. I think when I die, if they could stuff me and that would be awesome. So, does that mean I'm creepy, or does that mean you guys just don't know how to live?
I think if you have to
I don't think those things are mutually exclusive.
I know how to live.
Let's go. Are we leaving something off the list? Well, are there any professions that...
Well, one thing that stuck out to me was people find tattoos creepy. So I wonder if there's sort of an age differential here, because I see tattoos on pretty much every other person walking around. So I'm kind of wondering, do people 65 and plus think that tattoos are creepy? And I also was sort of surprised by the taxi driver thing.
The only
that's creepy.
Okay, but the people who are like 60 plus, if you had a tattoo, you were saying something. Because the only people who had tattoos were people in prison and sailors. Right. And That's it.
Popeye.
So it's like you were saying you were hard from the get-go. Pete Hegson.
All of those professions are creepy if they're occupied by men. And the big difference in the study was men and women, right? So what are the creepy things that men do? They leer at women, or they touch them inappropriately.
So you think female clowns are sexy then?
Sort of.
Like on Halloween, isn't there always a sexy female clown?
I don't know. I don't go
You
out.
have a red nose and a French maid outfit and fishnet thigh highs and call it good.
But he called me creepy.
I actually read
So I just transcend gender with my incredible
That's
creepy
great, but
vibe.
see, that's true equality. That's what Hillary Clinton is fighting for, Dad.
Equal opportunity, yes, exactly, equal opportunity creepiness. But I actually wondered for a minute if, like, some of the women's group, my progressive counterparts, actually initiated this study, because who else would come up with something where 95% of the people being labeled here are men?
Why am I such a?
It was sort of kind of. I know it was a little
Just
bit.
because you like to touch people and stare at them,
And
especially
leer,
when they're not
No.
looking at you.
So now my kid has
leering is
privilege
a
and
lost
he's
art,
creepy.
Pete. I agree with you there.
It is. I was watching the early part of the show. Leering.
Leering.
If it weren't for leering, I would get so little action. So I celebrate the leerers. All right, you guys, thank you so much. This has been a glorious day.
Fun.
And a nighttime full of reckoning. So Sabrina, Pete, and Kat, my heart is full. My seat is warm. Coming up, Charlie LaDuff tracks down and befriends a Trump supporter with some big surprises about working-class Republicans along the way on his trip to upstate New York. Stay here.
The Fox Translator is brought to you by Scottrade. Now is your moment.
You know that moment? As you begin your morning routine, it borders on ritual. As you take in what happened overnight, you're more equipped than ever to make things happen. Right here, right now. Welcome to the new Scottrade. Whether you know where you're going or need guidance to get there, we're here to help. Now is your moment.
What if there was a way to prevent break-ins before they occurred? Home burglaries start with a ring of the doorbell. I invented rings you can see and speak to whoever's at your home from your smartphone. Can I help you? With Ring, you're always home, which is why we've earned over 3,000 5-star Amazon reviews. Like Nick, who writes, Ring is awesome. Easy to set up, easy to use. Available at ring.com.
America needs Donald Trump to be our next president, and we need every Trump supporter to listen to this important message and take action. Donald Trump is in a multi-front war against not only the Democrats, but the elites in his own party that want to destroy him. The mainstream media and GOP establishment want you to believe he does not have the overwhelming support of the American people. But they are wrong. We need every Trump supporter to pick up the phone now and call 800-737-0336 and press 1 to pledge your support for Donald Trump. Time is running out. We need to show the political elite that millions of Americans are demanding Donald Trump be our next president by calling 800-737-0336. The GOP is trying to take Trump's nomination away through a contested convention. They need to hear from the millions of Americans now who will not let this happen. Call 800-737-0336 now and press 1 to pledge your support for Donald Trump. Join the movement. Call now. Great America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I've always seen No No on TV, and I always wondered if it worked. And it's definitely, I can see what everybody talks about now.
It's not a razor. It's not a laser. It's No No from Radiancy. No No gives you no hair with no pain.
There's absolutely no pain.
Can't believe the difference, how it's almost hair-free.
And now, No No is better than ever. Introducing the new No No Pro. It's up to 35% more powerful. Imagine never having to shave again.
I like a close shave. Absolutely. And this is better than that. I mean, it's gone.
And there's a No No for him, too.
It looks like just like you've got a fresh wax, but like you don't have to go through all the pain.
Call now, and we'll send you everything you need to get rid of your unwanted hair. Try No No for 60 days. If you don't love it, return it, and we'll refund the purchase price, refund the shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try No No risk-free today.
All right, establishment Republicans have been quick to depict Trump supporters as angry white bigots with welfare checks and a bone to pick. In March, in an article from The Week, it painted a picture of a poor white drug addict, a theoretical one, named Mike from Garbutt, New York, and speculated why such a person would rally for Trump. Now, that was followed by attacks from anti-Trump and anti-Mike establishment writers. Charlie LaDuff started reading those articles, got a little angry. He went looking for Mike, the New York opioid addict, but found something else. Take a look.
I don't think there is any Mike Garbutt.
There's not a Mike?
Not that I know of. I don't know everybody, but...
No Mike?
No Mike.
There's no Mike from Garbutt. There's a Kevin, whose dad's name is Mike, but no Mike. So let's settle for Kevin.
You use heroin, Kevin?
No.
You miserable?
Not really. No, I'm a nurse myself.
You're a nurse. You actually work.
And I actually used to work for General Motors before that.
Used to work for General Motors?
Yeah, before he moved to Mexico.
Despite what the round-shouldered writers write about people in their own party, Kevin says World Trade and Wall Street have done nothing to improve his life. And so he looks for something new, however crude and obnoxious.
I probably got to end up voting for Trump. You know what I mean?
How come?
Well, he's hitting all the right spots.
What have the Republicans done for you?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. Being a Republican, no, yeah. Okay, I really can't answer that.